Engage.
Greetings and salutations. Welcome to Winners Don't Use Drugs, presented by Engage Gaming, episode 105. I'm Darius here with 85% of Nolan, 100% of Nolan. Mentally.
100% of what's left of me, yes.
And the ever-present, omnipresent, Total Zakich.
What up?
Hold your thing, though. You don't get to stop.
No. Yeah.
Okay. Put your finger down.
No, it's the only thing I want to talk about. So,
Golly.
yeah. I know y'all don't know about it, and y'all are probably going to roll your eyes when I bring it up, but go ahead.
Bro, if it is about Homeworld, I am going to...
It's not about Homeworld.
Okay.
Go.
All right. So you had a question, Zach.
All right. So the Microsoft, we talked about it a little bit last week. Microsoft Activision deal is done.
Yeah.
So I was thinking about it. Does this give Microsoft a competitive edge in the console market? And hear me out.
Okay.
So in previous generations, Microsoft had its studios, Sony had its studios, Nintendo has its own studios, right? And they work on first-party games. But now, Microsoft owns Activision, who will also be working on PlayStation games. So they will get dev kits of the brand new consoles to work on games. So Microsoft will have a peek at what they're going to be seeing out of the PlayStation before it comes out.
Oh,
before
snaps.
anybody knows about it.
Subterfuge.
Does that give any of them kind of an edge, or does it affect anything?
On a macro level, I don't think so. Like on a large scope,
Right.
But on some micro level stuff, I mean,
Possibly.
you could make the argument for it.
Microsoft's going to have its own R&D on the hardware anyway, and I'm sure all the hardware developers have, friends in software to say, hey, we just got the new,
word
whatever, if you want to know
right.
Plus those dev kits are never the final hardware. It's usually a computer, with this is what we're thinking it's going to be. So, but I don't think it's going to change too much because I'm sure there's already.
Because normally in the past, all those third-party developers that get the dev kits aren't directly affiliated with the first party.
No, yeah.
So now that's changed.
Yeah, like if you have the invite only meetings where a representative from this and this gets to go.
Yeah,
Activision's still going to be a part of that exclusive list because they're still the Call of Duty makers, right?
Yep.
So in theory, you might hear something in the same sense of like, I know we probably won't ever have a format war again as everything like tries to force it to be digital, but let's just say there was the possibility of like Sony's got a new disc drive thing or something, right? That they're trying like a new
Blu-ray too, or something like that.
Exactly. They might find out a little earlier and be like, okay, well, because you're gonna have to negotiate pricing on it to use the tech if they decide to go that route. Like, does that give them a little more leverage walking into the meeting? Like, we know what you're trying to do. We know what this is. That's just on a macro level. On a micro level, I can see it. On a macro grand scheme of things, I don't really think that it will have too much of an impact, if any. But it is a very interesting idea of them having access to things that maybe Sony doesn't want. The general public of gaming, not the actual general public, but like those in the know. They don't want them to know yet. Yeah, I could definitely see that happen.
Yeah,
I don't think we'll see anything big come of it. I thought it was interesting.
Like, what if they see something about the next game
before
they're making or something, and like, oh, they're trying to do a game about this, which I don't think that really happens, especially anymore. But I don't know,
especially the long development times, unless you're King Kong.
You want to talk about have you not saw?
I hadn't seen much this week. Not until Friday.
Pull that up.
What is it called?
Kong. I don't know, man. Just type in Kong video game. It's either you're gonna get the Peter Jackson one or you're gonna get this one, and that's something to Return to Skull Island, Birth of Skull Island,
Skull Island, Rise of Kong.
There we go. Skull Island, Rise of Kong.
Cool. Is that a game that came out this week or something?
Yeah. Oh, it's something that came out. It is quickly becoming like the universally
It's trying
worst.
to. It's gonna beat Golem.
Yeah, it's gonna be Gollum. It's the worst game. Like easy.
Wow.
Easy though. Like
So this is on Switch, right?
this is on PC, PlayStation, Xbox, and Switch. So, like the 35mm camera footage looks way better than whatever's happening in that game.
I remember watching this as a kid. Like, oh, this is awesome.
King Kong versus Godzilla. Oh yeah, always a good time. But like, it's on the surface it appears to be just like not even a movie tie-in game, but just a whoring out of the license. But upon further inspection, it's just nothing's good is happening here. Dull Island. Like apparently he's supposed to be playing Kong from the beginning. As you see him become a man, I guess it's the easiest way to explain an adult. But he's fighting the other things of the island, and he's getting bullied apparently by that thing, by the big purple Tyrannosaurus with spikes on his tail. And now you gotta, go through the I can't wait to be king stuff. King of Skull Island.
Doesn't it look great? Can't you not wait to play it?
Who was this for?
Nobody.
And why was this made? Because this doesn't actually tie into the Skull Island movies at all. I guess as a prequel, maybe, but like
Maybe.
this is what, $40?
I hope it's not more than that. I mean, did the rights owners just not care?
So, they made it in less than a year, as is apparent. And apparently, the company that made this usually makes like shovelware mobile games.
Yeah, shows.
It's so slow.
But yeah, we always thought Golem was going to take the worst game of the year, but
By a landslide.
somebody's trying to get in that race.
Like, why does it move so slow? It's like everything's at half speed.
Or maybe that's the video.
No.
I don't think so.
Because like sometimes like right there, it's not moving like super slow. But then other times when he's just walking around, it's like you would play. Remember when you play like a SNES game or a Genesis game, and like too many things would come on the screen, and the game's like, I can't deal with that. Like that's what it feels like is happening once two things are on the screen.
I think they're trying to convey size by making them lumber a little bit. Maybe that's how they're trying to convey size and scale, because nothing else
Seems
is
to
really
be.
doing that.
Yeah, because all the trees are unnecessarily huge.
Yeah, but
Because even in the actual movie of Skull Island, if you've watched it, like
which
He's
one?
towering over
the
trees.
newest one,
The most recent
yeah,
one. Okay.
if you watch that, like,
Yeah.
he's towering over those things. Like he looks huge. He's clearly big.
Yeah.
Here, he just looks like a monkey. Like he's just
Not even that. He looks.
like a small monkey,
It looks
Yeah.
like a toy monkey in a yard or something.
like
Maybe
Pikmin.
maybe this is like Andy's dream, and he's like playing with these toys. It's his imagination.
Oh, okay. That's why it's moving slow, because you in the dreams things be moving like at least for
Yeah,
me.
that would be interesting. Like all of a sudden, this is what they show, but you're seeing all these high scores in the reviews, and everybody's like, just play through until the end. Then it turns into this awesome game, like 3/4 of the way through, that looks amazing, but nobody's going to show you that part.
Spoilers, bro. Yeah. I think that probably would be like a great potentially a great selling point to be like, oh, we're gonna make this trash game.
It would be rough though, because how do you advertise it? I mean, you would have to depend on word of mouth.
Yeah.
'Cause,
You'd have to let people in. Some people, like some streamers or somebody, let them in on the secret.
Yeah,
And then, I guess you'd have to sway everybody to secrets. I don't know how you do it. It
it'd
probably
be like
can't work.
what the cabin in the woods type of deal, where like the commercial just makes it seem like just a normal. Have y'all ever seen that?
Of course.
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
It's kind of make it seem like just an average horror film, which I didn't care about, and I didn't see it for years and years. But I kept hearing, "Oh, you have to see it. This is a film for folks who don't like these types of films." Like, I don't I don't
is
see
it,
why, but no one would ever tell me why, and I finally caught it on TV one
Is it
time.
a comedy or something?
No, it's a horror movie, and it looks like
Spoilers.
generic horror movie.
Yeah,
And then you watch it, and there's a lot of like,
there's a reason.
yeah.
Yeah, you just leave it at that.
It's-
But
That doesn't make me want to watch it.
I know, but trust me.
if you got 90 minutes to burn,
Yeah, just
pop it on.
check it out.
I hate horror movies, so that
I do too. I do too. And by the end of it, I was like, that was really cool. But you got to watch. It's one of those things. If I tell you,
Who's
it'll
in it?
ruin the whole thing.
I don't really remember anybody that.
Um,
There are people that look like other people you've seen.
no,
in movies.
there's a lot of like. I mean, there's a couple of big names in it, but I don't. But again, if I say I'm out of, then you'll be sitting there waiting for them.
That's
So
true. That's very true.
I mean, the kids are more or less no names, or at least I didn't know who they were. But some
they're
of
from,
the
they're
some
from
of
other
the
stuff, and they look like other people.
yeah, some of the other folks were kind of names. Like they'll be faces you know, but if I said their names, you wouldn't know them because I don't even know their names right now. But I see them in my head. It's like that guy was in it. Then, oh yeah, that guy was in it. And then she was in it too. Yeah.
Yeah, because she was in that one thing.
Mm-hmm. So, but yeah, so
This is awful.
yeah, the guys that made the Gollum game are like, whew,
Hey,
pretty much.
stop
See ya.
talking about us.
yeah, at least our game looked better.
Yeah, it looked like a AAA game, even though it played like a single A.
Yeah.
See,
Hey, at least it was an A.
Send you down to single A.
That thing was a C.
So let me guess what you wanted to bring up today.
Uh-oh.
Squadron 42.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the only
Oh, it
thing.
actually came out.
So, okay, so are we going to
Yeah.
go into it now? Okay, so
I think it's a good follow up with King Kong because they're probably on the same level.
so they just had their big con thing this weekend. And it was 2 days. This is the first in-person one they've had in 4 years because of the pandemic and all of that. But it was 2 days. They've never done a 2-day one before. So going into it, a lot of folks like me who've been waiting for the single player game all these years, that's what I signed up for, have said, what else are they going to have for 2 whole days? First of all, it turned out they had a lot, like a whole lot.
When they just coming off the event about getting the really expensive ship, if you could do the mission with the platinum ticket and all of that too.
No, so the big deal about that one is that ship, they were never supposed to sell it.
Mm-hmm.
We were supposed to be able to get access to it once you completed the single player game.
Oh,
Now it's technically been in the game for like the last 4 years at least.
yeah, they're like
At least four
spend
years.
so
'Cause
much on it.
No, there's an event every November where it's like all the military ships. You go to like a convention hall, you can see all the military ships. But like 3 years ago, I think they started doing a thing where they put the big capital carrier in the game, and they put the Squadron 42 ships escorting it, and it'll go around to each of the space stations just so you can see it. It's like, oh, this is cool. This thing is gigantic, and oh, those are the ships we can't buy yet. Although folks found a way to clip through them and steal them. So every time they do that event, you'll see somebody flying one of the F-8s. It's hilarious because, and every time they're like, they are unstealable now. We fixed it. Oh, somebody find a way to do it. They'll clip their gun through the canopy, kill the pilot in there, and then all you got to do is like work your way through until you can, because they make everything in the game to where it can be, used. All you got to do is find a way to clip yourself through the canopy until the take controls or whatever command comes up. And once you do that, you're in the ship and you're flying the ship.
Some dude jamming himself into the corner
yeah.
17 times. Just,
Yeah. They did the same thing with the Idris, the first capital ship in the game. You technically you're not supposed to be able to pilot that. Every time there's one, because now those exist in the game in different missions and stuff now, but folks always find a way to steal them. You'll be coming out of a cave or something doing a mission, and here comes an Idris just coming down for a landing. It's like, okay. But anyway, yeah, but they just released an update actually on Thursday, I think, that just added a lot of stuff to the game. But all the stuff they showed this weekend, it's like it looks like a completely different game now. So much so that folks went back to go play version 3 1.21, and now it feels like old. Like kind of old and not ugly, but it doesn't look like what they showed this weekend. And they just released it. Everybody on Thursday was so excited to play all this new stuff, but now everybody's like, I don't want to play this anymore. I want to play that. So, but anyway, yesterday, this is what I've been waiting for the whole time. I was like, I just want to see Squadron 42. They're doing 2 whole days of stuff. There's no way they're getting out of here without talking about it, because they haven't talked about the game in at least 3 years. There hasn't been a trailer for it, I think, in 4. So sure enough, the end, all these big announcements all throughout the weekend, but the very last thing he came out, he started talking about it. Well, he had the shirt on. I saw he had a jacket on, but I saw he had a Squadron 42 shirt on. I was like, let's go.
Looking pretty hard there, my boy.
I was looking at everything. Trust me. But other stuff they were showing, because they've been working on Squadron 42 for the last, like, in earnest for like the last 3 years. They moved like 90% of their development team over to it because they want to get it done. And then as things were getting done in Squadron, they're going to move over to the online game. So basically everything they were showing for the entire weekend, you could tell this stuff was coming from the single player game, because like that's not even, that doesn't even look like something that's in the game now. That's brand new. That's brand new. That's brand new. All this stuff coming in within the next year.
Quotation marks.
Yeah.
For those who listen.
Yeah. But and anybody who's been keeping up with the development too has seen that they have shown they every month they come up with a report, and they show you what's being done in each game. And like maybe 3 months ago, folks started pointing out, including me, were like, hey, so this thing says they're done with all the story stuff in Squadron 42, and then this was gold standard, and this was gold standard. According to this, the whole game is done, but that can't be right. And sure enough, that was the big announcement. Squadron 42, everything that's going to be in the game is in the game now. It's done. They're fixing up the bugs, and they're in the polishing phase now, is what they're saying. So the game can come out anytime within the next few months to I'm guessing by the end of next year, because because this game has to be, it has to release, like, it can't have a single flaw in it, because there's going to be one reaction to when this game comes out, and it's going to, but there could be two tones. This is what happens when you give somebody unlimited time and limited funds to make a game, or this is what happens when you give somebody limited time and unlimited funds to make a game. They want the first one. But
they're gonna get the Duke Nukem forever.
Yeah.
Well, but then he comes out with a small trailer that's like half an hour long. I didn't even realize I'm watching this thing. It felt like 5 minutes to me, because I'm just absorbing it all with my eyeballs, like, oh, thank God it's finally happening. And then I went back and watched it again. I was like, this thing was 26 minutes long. But they show lots of stuff from the game, deep dive into some of the development and all of that stuff. And
It's salivating.
yes, I almost cried. Almost.
Like the birth of your child coming to fruition.
It kind of was.
So they didn't release?
No.
When's it supposed to come out?
They are not saying a release date.
Of course they're not.
Of course they're not, because
you got another 10 years ago.
Because it was supposed to come out in 2016. When they announced, I think it was 2015, that it was going to be in 2016. 2016 was the year. 2016 is when we were supposed to answer the call. Okay? Answer the call, 2016.
And listen here, Commander Shepard.
2016 came and went. 2017 came and went. 18
The game
came
gonna be
and went.
16.
The website still said answer the call 2016. By 2019, folks like me were raising our hand going, hey, so your website still says answer the call 2016. You might want to.
Yeah, y'all missed it.
Yeah, you might want to take that.
Missed the call.
You might want to take that down.
Call coming from inside the house.
So I think around 2019, 2020, they started talking about it at least a little bit more. And it looked like they were going to do like a quarterly show about it to show you whatever they were making in it. But then they changed their mind and said, no, we're not going to talk about it again until it's done. So we haven't heard word one about it for almost 4 years. And now they show this trailer. If you could pull it up, it's on there. It's on their YouTube page.
What?
If you can pull up the trailer.
Yeah.
Of what?
Squadron 42.
Why? It's not coming out anytime soon.
I want to see it again.
Yeah, because it's probably about as close as you're gonna get for a long time.
No, I'm thinking about a year. But folks are saying it's like, I mean, it's completed now. Really, all they got to do, and they left like a few.
It's trailer in the beginning. Says the trailer in the beginning.
He said it was 26 minutes long.
The whole trailer?
Yeah, the whole thing is 26 minutes. Yeah, we don't have to watch the whole thing. But it's like I say, they're going to take their time to make sure everything is cleaned up.
They've been taking their time.
Well, they've been taking their time making the thing, because there was other updates too. So for the online game, the big deal on Saturday, which I felt kind of weird that it was like one of the first things they talked about on Saturday, but they actually figured out a way to get the server meshing to work.
Oh, okay.
Which is a huge deal, because without that, the game just can't work. It just wouldn't be what they want it to be. It'd be basically what it is now. Everybody would be in a server with like 100 other folks, and that would be it. This is the tech. Now that's the tech that's going to be able to have 1,000 folks in a server, and 100 and something folks playing over here, and 100 folks playing over in this place, and they're interacting with each other over large play areas and stuff. So, but they've been working on this for a while. So they've been working almost solely on this game, so much so that the folks who only want the online stuff, they hate this. They hate this game because they paid money wanting their online game, but that money's been going to this, because this is the game that's going to bring everybody else who's not like a diehard fan of any of this to the game, because you're going to see Mark Hamill. You're going to see
no, that's not.
Huh?
Online sales.
Online sales is what's going to keep them going, but that game's not going to be out for a while.
Say online is what brings people in.
Okay. The average gamer still hadn't heard of this stuff at all. And even if they have, they only hear of it as the game where you got to spend, $10,000 to play, which I don't know how that keeps getting out there, but it's not true.
It's because they have ships that cost a lot of money. That's all it is.
It's like the
it's the hyperbole of it.
What's the other game where the spaceship MMO, the
Eve?
one Eve? It's like Eve. All you hear about every time you see Eve, you only heard about, hey man, somebody stole this ship that's worth 20,000, or somebody lost a ship that was worth 80,000.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
it's really not worth that much. But if you
extrapolated the resources it took,
right,
and the time and all of that,
yeah. So, but like this right here is like a redone scene of something that they showed in the last trailer that they made for the game like years ago. And if you put them like side by side, it's like night and day. There's a part in this.
I mean, it should be like a decade apart, right?
Well, no, not quite that long, but yeah. There's a part down the line where they do show the last time they showed the game and what it looks like now, like side by side, and it's like yeah, it's.
I mean, somebody's got to give
different.
us something, because we're not getting whatever the Mass Effect thing that they're doing over there is.
Yeah,
that's not gonna happen anytime
man,
soon.
we got Scully. Scully's in the game.
Yeah,
that was when she was young.
What's
a
funny?
digital enhancement. You know what I'm saying?
What's funny is
that's what they recorded when she was young.
No. Seriously, I was about to say, I wonder how many of these actors don't even realize this game never came out when they recorded it, because most of these folks recorded their lines back at least 9 years ago.
Yeah,
A different format.
Yeah, I mean, because I know she did. I know she doesn't have a huge role in the game. I'm pretty sure this is the very beginning of the game, because she's on a ship that you as the main character get assigned to a smaller ship.
Gotcha.
And she's in the main fleet. So you'll probably meet her here at the very beginning, and then you go do all the stuff that you end up doing, and then you end up back at the main fleet by the end of the game. You might run into her again. But crap, I lost my train of thought.
Too much Star Citizen overload.
But I've been Squadron 42, man. This is what I've been waiting for. This is what I signed up for. In 2012, I was at my desk at work, and I looked up. I was sitting at my desk, and I was like, man, I want to play a Wing Commander. What's the guy that made Wing Commanders doing? And I typed up, and
oh, this is the person that made Wing Commander?
Yeah.
Oh, snaps.
Mm-hmm. And so I just wanted a new Wing Commander.
Now it makes so much sense why you be going so hard for Star Citizen.
Well, yeah. To me, see, when you signed up
That's
for
the
it,
dude from Wing Commander?
yes, that's the guy that made the Wing Commander series. When I signed up for it, I just wanted a new Wing Commander, and one of the stretch goals was if he makes so many million, I think it was like 2, then they'll also make this online expansive world, shared world that everybody can play, and you can play further adventures with your friends. Oh, that sounds cool. I would like to play that after I play my Wing Commander game, because I just wanted Wing Commander.
Right, but you're the minority.
Yeah.
You're the minority.
Now I am.
Yeah.
Now I am. Yeah. No.
In gaming in general, in the last 20 years, it's all about multiplayer online.
Well, I mean, nobody was even making space games, which is why he came back to do it.
Well, except for Mass Effect.
And so, Mass Effect, and then, but even Mass Effect's still an RPG at the end of the day. I mean, it's sci-fi, but like a space sim. Nobody was making space sims anymore. You only had the X series, and that was about it. That
At
was
that
really
time, yeah, because was that 2012?
yeah.
Oh,
So
yeah.
all the Rogue Squadron stuff was done at that time.
Oh yeah,
Yep.
no, they weren't even close. Yeah. So, oh yeah, we got boats now. So everybody was like,
Oh, land vehicles?
when can I buy the? Oh, well, I mean, land vehicles have been
Yeah.
in the game for a while, but not like specifically like boats. Folks have been asking, will boats ever be in the game? And they've always been coy about it. Then, so here it is. So of course everybody's like, when can I buy it, and can I get it with LTI? Was the big jokes, of course. Now, there's plenty of stuff that's only going to be in the single player game, but folks are wondering now. Okay, so are we going to have boats or what? Clearly, this is just part of this like one specific mission and stuff.
I was gonna say because the boat thing would be very like planet specific and very situational.
Yeah,
As opposed to a spaceship that you can just kind of fly anywhere.
yeah. Well, definitely, which has been a big argument about the games. One of the other things they announced this weekend too is that they're finally putting hover mode back in the game as well, so that ships can't just, because everybody's like, what's the point of having a ground vehicle in the game as it is now? Because here I am in my tank. Oh, this is cool, and any spaceship can just fly over me, nose down, shoot me, and then just fly away. It's like, what's the point? So you won't be able to do that soon enough. But yeah, seeing all this stuff, it's an actual game, and it's actually working, and like the environments are like pretty insane.
Yeah, even the stuff they showed with the multiplayer stuff, as far as the environments, like the thing I watched with the prison escape and all of that.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, all this stuff here just puts what's actually playable in the game now to like shame. Everything just looks just old hat now. Everybody's like, I want to play this though. Can I play this in what I have now?
No.
And like I said, 3.21 just came out on Thursday, and it makes it look so, well, not this past the Thursday before, I think, but like it looks so bad. And it doesn't look bad. That's the thing, is just this looks so good. But yeah, I mean, you guys know I'm big into space sims and stuff like that.
I mean, I'll be more excited for it when I know that it's actually out and you can play it.
Yeah. The other thing too was seeing how much we knew. One of the big things that pushed this game back was when they had the ability to make ground stuff. Because originally it was only going to be Wing Commander with a couple of parts where you might have, load screen. Now you're on foot doing a couple of things, but it was mostly going to be in space. This game looks like it's going to be mostly on the ground, which was something that he always wanted to do, but he didn't think he was going to be able to do it at that time. But then when he was able to get the tech to actually make a planet where no more load screens, I can go from giant spaceship to small spaceship from space to ground and then just keep doing stuff and go back, no load involved. He really wanted to do all of that. And that one thing alone probably pushed the game back at least 5 years, because then they had a whole new set of tech that no one's ever really done to the level that they're trying to do before. So they're having to kind of learn as they go. Because really the only other game that kind of does that is No Man's Sky. Mm-hmm. And the attempt by Elite to try to do it broke the game.
Is that what broke Elite Dangerous?
Kind of. A lot of folks didn't care about that stuff, but they put it in the game and it did not work well. And a lot of folks stopped playing. And a lot of Elite players actually came to this game after they did that, because it was like, well, this isn't good. And then it's like, well, there's this other game that actually has been doing that for years, and it's actually more than this, which is kind of sad to say. And folks go over there and it's like, oh my God. So, but yeah, this is pretty much what had me excited this weekend. Well, mainly last night when they showed all of this stuff, and it's like, oh, so yeah, I'm happy. This is pretty much I watched.
I was like, why is he?
It's Zeke. Yeah.
Well, it was like, why is he moving so slow?
0G stuff.
Gotcha.
All the stuff they've been working on and showing bits and pieces of for years. This is all of it finally.
It looks good.
It does. It really does, man.
Put together.
And I really hope, like I said, I'll have more excitement for the game when it actually is released.
Yeah.
But
no, trust me, I'm glad he didn't say it'll be out next summer, although, of course, everybody's starting to say, there's no reason this game couldn't be out next summer. And I'm like, hopefully that's true. But to see it like this, like the last time they showed it, it was clearly not done yet. It was clearly, canned animations and stuff like that. Anybody who's played the game, Zach, you've played the game a little bit. And,
you fell through the level a few times.
Yeah, exactly.
The last time I played it, I didn't have any really. I think I had maybe I had one or two bugs, but nothing serious.
Yeah, no, it's way better than even when when me and you played it that time. It's a lot of stuff is still fixed. A lot of stuff is still broke though. So, there's like a date on this little red sign up here. It looks like some kind of date. Everybody's like, what does that mean? What does that mean? 12/31/20. Now that could be the European for December 31st. Wait, 2020. That doesn't make any sense.
Exactly. People are going to look at it.
Relax. First and foremost,
any number that's shown on the screen. Because that's what I'm used to with Tarkov. Dude, every time they show like a preview or some kind of trailer, people are like,
look at this number right here.
Look at this number here on this billboard. This is probably
Yeah.
Let's chill out.
It's like, calm down. It doesn't mean anything.
But BSG, the people that make Tarkov, they do that sometimes where they'll hide
stuff.
Most of those companies have done like little Easter egg, like, oh yeah, it's coming this, and then.
But they do it like once or twice, and they're going to do it every time.
You know what it is? It's the after credit scene with the Marvel movies. Now you go to any movie, and people are like, "You gonna leave during the credits? You're not gonna wait?" It's like, bro, this is Hansel and Gretel. It's over with. Like,
it's like
there's no. They got 8. That's the end of the movie. That's it, bud. Maybe they got out. No.
Yeah. But. Yeah, I think folks are going to be surprised when. Dang it, I forgot his name again.
Oh my goodness, what is his name?
I know who it is. It's that dude.
It's that dude. And there's the other dude, something Strong. That's another guy I've seen in like a million things, but Mark Strong. I know him best from Kingsman.
Bro, I watched that movie. I don't remember that one person that played in it.
He was like the tech guy. The guy that gave him all that stuff.
Yeah, the gadget guy. Yeah. Okay, that is him.
Yep. So there's actually a lot of stars in this.
And that guy.
And that guy, yeah.
And that guy, I feel so bad.
They're big actors, but I never, for whatever reason, never knew what their names
He's
are.
good at villains and heroes.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, and anybody who's played the Wing Commander games, Jesus
They
Christ,
got Ric Flair
I can't remember his name. Ric Flair was never in the Wing Commanders.
What was he in?
Command and Conquer.
Oh, that's right. He has Command and Conquer.
Conquer, yeah.
Yeah.
But no, anybody played the Wing Commanders game? There was so Mark Hamill and him. So that's the funny thing too. Is like this is like Wing Commander all over again because the two of them were main characters in Wing Commander 3 and 4 and 5. so it's cool to see them.
If you get Mark Hamill back, you get him back.
I mean, yeah. So this is what it looked like the last time they showed the game. This is what it looks like now.
Like two different consoles.
I mean, it should look better. It's been 10 years.
Well, yeah. That was his whole point is that folks have been saying, it's taking you guys so long to make this game. It's going to look obsolete compared to like Cyberpunk because Cyberpunk looks freaking amazing now.
Mm-hmm.
Compared to like Cyberpunk, compared to hell, even Starfield, which I got to play a little bit this weekend. It's like there was some update that changed something because it looks way better.
Yeah, no, I heard they weren't optimizing like GPUs basically.
Yeah,
like anybody's GPU.
Because I went to start the game and it was updating. And I was okay, cool, and then it was like optimizing shaders for like half an hour, and I was like, "What the hell's going on?" But then when I saw it, I was like, "Oh,
yeah,
okay, It looks way better now."
What they were saying is Bethesda did the thing that they do with their games now, which is let the game come out, let the modders do the fixes, and then go, "We can put the fixes in now." Yep. So they put the fix in.
That's exactly what they did because it does look way better than the last time I played it. That guy. I can't remember his name either.
I don't recognize that guy.
That guy?
Yeah. He's from Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones is where I know him from, yeah.
He's dude with stone skin, right?
Apparently she's somebody too, Rona Mitra or something.
He's the one that's with that Red Witch bitch.
Oh, yeah.
That was the
Baratheon.
Onion. Well, no, it was the Onion. He was the Onion Knight. The Onion, was he the Onion Knight?
Yeah.
The Onion
yeah, it's like
pirate. He was a pirate guy that worked with,
yeah.
the Baratheon guy. He chopped off his fingers, but then made him his master of sales.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
seeing people cry? Is that what you like?
Huh?
Like seeing the people cry with the new details?
Well, what's funny is everything that they showed on Saturday that seemed to be just kind of out of nowhere, the new hair, the sweat, the tears, and the blood stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, okay, well, that seemed kind of random, but cool. But the new character creator that's going to be in the game in December, so our character should start looking like this by early next year. But all the stuff that they were showing there that was clearly stuff from Squadron 42 is like, well, why are they showing this stuff now? Which was just, to me, more evidence that they were going to show Squadron 42 because they were showing so much stuff that not only was not in the game, but there was so many things that they talked about that they showed that hadn't even been talked about going into the online game.
Nice.
That must have been coming from Squadron 42. And again, we knew for the last few years, they said, we're going to work on tech for Squadron 42 first. When it's done and implemented in the Squadron 42, then we'll put it into the online. And so all the stuff that they were showing was coming, but the big stuff was the blood, sweat, and tears stuff was one of the first things that they showed, and everybody kind of laughed like, well, this is kind of an odd thing to show, but now we see why it was important because you see that one scene there, the acting and everything is the same because again, most of these folks, most of the big actors at least, recorded this stuff years ago, but now, you put the new stuff over it, and it's like, it's just so great. Interacting with it, everything, and this is the, it's not you see that scene and you don't think it's a big deal, but everything in there is interactable. And when she was reaching in there and she picking stuff up and moving stuff around, it wasn't faked. You can then go in there and pick up and move everything in there. Because that was one of the things he wanted. He wanted as much stuff as possible to be interactable, not just for you, but also for the NPCs. And that's one of those things where folks are like, seems like a lot of work for something that most folks aren't even going to do. I'm just going to press R to be, to turn on my ship and get ready to go. But hey, I also have the option to go down and press each button to start everything up.
I'm not going to lie to you. I do appreciate the fact that you could press all those buttons.
Yeah.
I'm definitely pressing R every time, my boy. Like, no.
You'll press the buttons the first couple of times, just the same way I did when they actually made the buttons usable in the cockpit. It's like, oh, cool, I can turn on my engines. Now I'm turning on my power. Now I'm turning on it. Yeah, after a while, now I'm just pressing R.
I'm going to look at them. No, I'm going to look at them. Like, I'll do that. I'll scan. That's crazy. They really got all those. R.
Well, apparently in the newest build of the game is now right Alt R, but took me like forever to figure that out. But either way, but yeah, I'm
Feel satiated?
I feel better because
You ain't getting that money back, so you might as
no,
well.
no, no. I know I'm not. But I you know, I was like big into this game, like not even what 2 years ago. I was still like, you know, oh, this was all I want to talk about with anybody who would, you know, want to talk about it with me, which was no one.
Yeah.
But honestly, I hadn't even played the game before last night. I actually jumped into 321 because I forgot. Oh, 321 just came out. Let me jump into that. But I had the same feeling everybody else did. Now, I don't want to play that. I want to play this.
Yeah.
It's because that game is still all the old stuff, not the new stuff that's in Squadron that's gonna be in Star Citizen by the end of next year. Now, so stuff is coming over time. So some stuff we're getting as early as December. Some stuff we probably not going to get until next December because the online game is still at least a couple of years out. No question about it. So, but
Shanked him up. Good.
again, the thing that I always signed up for, the thing I've been wanting since I first heard about it was this. And I'm happy now that they show it. They're showing it. It looks amazing, and it's probably going to be out within the next year.
The ground stuff looks really good.
It does.
Yeah, and know that that's what pushed the game back at least 5 years.
Like the combat they were showing earlier where he would get behind the cover and it was kind of degrading.
Yes.
That's new.
Yeah.
That's something that they've been working on apparently for the last 2 years, but we wouldn't know it because they hadn't showed us.
Yeah.
And that was one of the things that they showed on Saturday too that was coming to the online game. Oh, look, destructible environments and stuff. I wonder where that came from. And then you see, it's like, okay, yeah, there's something else. And so all this stuff, like the floodgates for Star Citizen should start opening next year for new mechanics, new gameplay, new stuff, because it's all done in this now.
Yeah, but I think they're going to – unfortunately, I've seen this in the past.
Mm-hmm.
It's easy to make something like that in a single-player environment.
Exactly. Oh, no, I know.
But once they try and implement it into a massive multiplayer, it's just not going to work as seamlessly as they probably expect.
Oh, no, I know it won't. And I'm sure they're expecting the same thing, but I think that's why they're also celebrating the fact that they got the first version of their server meshing tech to work, because that's a big component of getting this whole game to work with all of this crap that this game does over areas that no game has even sniffed that size. It's insane.
They're probably going to have they already have decent problems, don't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which
that destructibility is just going to make it worse.
Oh, I know. Yeah, everybody's like, this is. Yeah, that's
going to be doing this.
Break everything. Just the new hair and cloth tech is going to break the game when they put it in. Now imagine if every bridge and building and whatever not on every world on every moon can break. Yeah, it's going to be a mess.
So somebody's going to destroy an asteroid six galaxies away and break your game.
That's kind of how it works.
It's just going to do this, and then all of a sudden you're going to be walking in like a facility, and you're going to see some asteroids start breaking right in front of you. And be like, what's going on?
No. It's going to be like when they first put the first very large ship in the game was the Starfarer, and you could be all the way on the other side of like because I think only then you only had one world that you could go to, so you could be on the moon, like, still super far away. You knew when somebody called that ship, because whatever you were doing, you stopped. Everybody in the server stopped. It's like somebody must have called up that dang ship, and you stopped for a good count of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Gonna make a sandwich.
5, 6. Okay, there we go. I can play again. Yeah. So it's gonna be that. It's gonna be bad. It's gonna get worse before it gets better when they start implementing this stuff in. But I'm cool because I'll just be playing this where it's gonna work. So
No, it looks good. I'll probably play it.
Oh yeah, I like I said, once the Squadron 42 is actually out, yeah, I'm all in, man. You don't have to sell me on it. Just the what I've seen from this little trailer, that's more than enough for me to get down on it.
oh yeah, it's when you're going up the escalator to the mall. We're just going to a mall apparently.
Is it a mall or is it like a mini mall?
I mean, it's like a space station mall.
Okay. Like the Montgomery Flea Market?
Like a mini
Mall.
All right. Cool.
So that's what I want to talk about. That's pretty much the only thing that was on my mind. I don't know.
You tapped out now?
Well, I had to work this morning, so I totally forgot until I was like, "Oh my god, how could I forget?" So, yeah, I'm good now. Thank you for letting me talk about it.
Got you. We got
because I know otherwise.
The background.
Yeah. Oh well, yeah. He started off as a fan. He's now the head of all of, like, every time you see something on YouTube or Twitch, he makes it all. But he started off as just a guy that was playing the game. He used to make these funny videos where he would like, kind of make fun of the game, but he was also a huge fan. But Chris saw his videos and thought they were funny, so he hired him on as a community manager, I think, at first, and then he slowly moved up to where now he's over all of their video production stuff. So
nice.
That was just him inserting himself in there, asking when can we play the game, because he's just like me. He's just I just want to play the game.
Yeah.
So, and then the end here. I can't believe we ended up watching the whole thing.
Just for you, bud.
Yeah, I appreciate it. And then that's the Vandal there. That's the main bad guys.
Aliens?
Yeah.
Oh, snaps! Those
are the main bad guys. The game starts off you're fighting pirates and other humans and stuff, but they end up becoming the main bads of the game.
Gotcha.
And they were also covered in armor. So lore wise, if you see a Vandal in armor, those are the young, inexperienced ones. If you see one nude, run.
I mean, I would always run from something that's naked trying to fight me.
Exactly.
Like that. Like if there's a dude, he's like, "You want to fight me?" Be like, "Not when you naked." Nope. Got nothing for you.
Yeah,
you are more ready about this than I will ever be.
Only the young, inexperienced ones wear armor. So that's
they're not about that life yet.
Yeah.
They need protection.
Yep, exactly. But the less armor they have, the more experienced and powerful they are and stuff.
All right.
I cut myself before the fight started. Listen, you know how much I'm ready for this. All right. But, not me.
Tom Poe over there just yeah.
All right. So we got some updates. That's just gonna make me even more mad.
Oh yeah.
All right. So we have a very reliable source, a leaker, says that we're gonna see the PlayStation 5 Slims on November 10th.
Yeah.
Sounds about right.
And they're going to be bundled with Spider-Man 2.
Yep.
And the price is going to be $559.99.
Oh, so they ain't giving no discounts out here.
Yeah. No discount.
Nasty work, Sony.
Oh, I think $10 discount.
I mean,
$10
yeah. You're saving $10, and they're still going to make more. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, Sony representatives.
It's a $70 value. You see,
a $70 value.
Yes,
for 60.
Yep.
Yeah, hold on. So are they Spider-Man edition Slims, or are they just? Oh, so they're not even like.
That was kind of crazy that the Spider-Man 2 edition is not a slim console.
Yeah, it's only the old style. As they get rid of.
They're trying to get rid of the old ones. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's the easiest way to do it.
Trying to get rid of the old ones, we can't even get enough for people to buy it.
See, I haven't tried to buy a PS5 in a while. I heard they were easier, but still hard.
Right.
To get.
It is.
I'll see them at Walmart every once in a while, but most of the time they're still sold out.
I don't think I've ever seen one in a Walmart or a Best Buy.
I've seen them at Target.
But then again, to be fair, I haven't looked either.
Once or twice over the last year.
And I'll take that back. I have seen it in Walmart, but I've only seen in person the digital one, not the disc one.
The disc one, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know which one it was. I just remember seeing it.
Like in Target, I saw a disc one, and I usually see like a digital one on the shelf. But in Walmart, I seen one digital one time. But also, Walmart be having stuff in the back, and nobody wants to do their job and stuff. Because
that's true.
That's 100% true.
We tried to get like day one release games, and I go in, I'm like, "Hey, guy, I just want to get a copy of this game," and they're like, "Do we have it?" It's like, I don't know. Do you have it? Today's the day it comes out. That's just
and they always act like they don't want to go back and do their job.
Like they've had the game for 5 days already.
Oh yeah,
It's sitting in the back.
And he's like, did you see it in the case? It's like, no, that's why
I came to ask you.
Can I do commerce with you?
I've had the exact same
I
experience.
want to give you money.
I want to give you money.
I want to give you money for this,
please.
And he's like, but now I got to go in the back and see if it's back there. And it's
doing all right. Look, I get that you hate that you have to do this job. I understand hating your job. I've hated my job on many different occasions for many different reasons. Doing this thing for me, as much as you're going to hate it, is going to do one thing that you would actually like. It's going to make time go by faster, so you are going to spend in your mind, because it's all mental, less time at the job you hate. I'm helping you get through the shift faster.
Yeah.
If you just do the thing that I'm asking you to do, that they technically, even if they're not paying you that much to do, they do pay you to do it. So do.
Just do.
Just do.
Just do.
Please. That's not a discount, man. Man, God, I hate when Sony wins. It just gets so obnoxious.
Hey, you want the system and you want the game, pay up.
Touche. Stop trying to act like you're doing me it's like Sony acts like they're doing me a favor by letting me
$10 off.
No, they act like they're doing me a favor by letting me play and purchase. It's like they're not giving this stuff out for free. It's like you still have to pay them, but they're like,
clearly,
because we care about you, big dog. We're gonna go ahead hit you with this slim bundle that's not like special edition. It's just a regular slim and a copy of Spider-Man. It's probably a code, knowing them.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
Yeah, like it's gonna be a code. It's not even a physical disc. So
I'm not gonna print up discs for you. Crazy
shit.
It's gonna take up half the hard drive.
Yeah.
And then it's probably gonna be like, they'll probably think they're being nice, and they're like, you get 14 days of like the Sony streaming version of the PSN Plus, but not the highest end one.
No.
Just the one where you first get access.
Yeah.
And it's like, but you gotta put your credit card number in, because after these 14 days, we're gonna charge you the maximum. Because that's what you want. We know you want it. I need Nintendo to count against them, because they don't count Nintendo anymore. Nintendo technically does win all this stuff, but they don't count.
They're winning, technically.
Yeah, technically, they're winning
this generation, but they don't consider themselves competing with anybody, and nobody considers themselves competing against them. So
they're like, no, we're winning. It's like, no, I need you to feel like you're losing, and you got to do stuff to get market share back.
They're just out in their own world doing, their own stuff.
Making fantastic games. Mario Wonder came out, and it looks amazing. Every level looks like a different experience. And
yeah, I broke down and watched a few Twitch streams yesterday morning, Saturday morning too. Yeah, and yeah,
which I had been waiting for them to take the 2D games more seriously. We talked about it a lot, about them just deluxing and new deluxing and double deluxing the Super Mario. And I'm like,
the new Super Mario Brothers has been released like 15 times.
That thing started off as a DS game, and they just kept remixing it.
Well, there were some new ones too, but it's more or less the same thing. Yeah,
No, it's
the Wii U game was probably my least favorite one.
Which one?
The one on whatever was on the Wii.
Why?
Wii U.
It was the same as the one before and the one before.
No, it was a newer game. It had new stuff in it, but for some reason it had this weird thing when you stopped, you slid. Like you slid way
Oh, yeah, the
too
sliding
far.
physics? Yeah.
Yeah, like why am I sliding?
Because your momentum. Momentum takes you over a couple of extra frames.
Maximum more like it's like it's like, what are you doing?
Yeah, he's got the little smoke behind his feet.
This isn't even an ice stage. Stop it.
No. There's the Hanna-Barbera effect, But that game looks really fun. I really do want to sit down and play it.
It's insane. Now, so I know a lot of the reviews kind of stopped at a certain point because they didn't want to give away like some of the crazier stuff that happens in the game, and I saw a couple of things, and I was like, oh my God, this looks insane. Like
Bowser look like he really trying to kill y'all in this game. Like, not even trying to be funny.
So apparently, there's modders have turned all the talking flowers into foul mouth talking flowers.
Oh, snaps.
Wow.
And Nintendo is quickly to take action.
I'm sure. I'm sure they are.
What are they gonna do? Like you can't stop.
Cease and desist.
Yep.
Oh, that's true. That's true. Yeah,
Yeah, they have like the flowers shouting "fuck you" and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's funny.
This is somebody would take the time to do that. It's just
what do you mean?
This is
deviance.
Yep, they copyright striked them.
Oh, yeah. They can't. So the problem with stuff like that is when you make the videos of that stuff, like you are going to adversely affect Nintendo. So I understand that. I know people, always trying to censor people when they do stuff to their stuff.
Yeah.
You just let me do. This is the time I want to
You can make your own game and
No,
I
I have custom flowers in my game, but that won't count because I won't be able to use the attention that this game already has
getting, exactly.
to get attention to me. Look at me.
Yeah.
And then another thing, apparently Insomniac, the makers of Spider-Man 2, fucked up.
What did they do?
They put a Cuban flag inside of Miles Morales' apartment instead of a Puerto Rican flag.
Is that why they're trying to stress to everybody to run the day one patch?
Yeah, to fix it.
I knew there must have been something because I read that story and they never specifically said why they want everybody to apply the day one patch for something that happens at the very beginning of the game. But please hurry up and do the day one patch so that the beginning of the game is better.
I'm gonna look at these flags to make sure I ain't tripping because I feel like
they're similar.
They are similar.
They probably are. Someone probably just made a mistake.
Somebody probably just made a mistake. It's like Capcom somehow printing.
They reverse color. Okay, yeah. So the red in the Cuban flag is blue in the Puerto Rican flag. So it's the same. It is a similar flag.
Similar flag, just different colors.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh. Hell yeah.
Yeah. So somebody grabbed the wrong one. They didn't double check, and
Yeah, it happens.
Yeah.
But
that's an easy mistake.
Yeah.
That's like mixing up France and Italy or something. And aren't those really similar? No.
What's the one you're talking about?
Russia are pretty close.
Yeah.
Okay.
France's Bleu Blanc et Rouge. That was a French song I learned. Anyway, blue, white, and red, and then Russia is no, not Russia. No. God, not Russia.
Italy has green in it.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's another country is pretty close to France's. I forgot what it is now. Yeah. But yeah, it wasn't Russia.
Yeah, there's a lot of flags that are. I mean,
Russia's just red.
There's 300 something odd countries. I mean, some of the flags are going to be similar.
Yeah, but you're also going to offend a lot of folks when you do that.
And they can get off their high horse, like they've never made a mistake before.
Well, when certain marginalized folks are.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
At the same time, it's like, come on. It was an honest mistake.
But that was an honest mistake.
Yeah, I mean,
it'd be one thing if they put like a Russian flag instead of
a
Puerto Rican flag. Exactly. It's like, come on, y'all.
What would be wrong with the Russian flag, comrade?
But something that was like, it's literally just a color swap.
Yeah, it's a color swap,
and it's not even like a green to.
Well, the fact that they're like, we're gonna fix it, our bad. Like, what else? Because really, what else do you want them to do? You want them to be like, no, we stand on putting the wrong flag in.
Yeah, exactly.
They're like, no, man, we messed up. Our fault. Do the patch, man. You get the flag updated.
Well, what's funny to me when I saw that story, I think on Thursday night, the day the game came out, no one could seem to figure out why. I guess they've learned since what it was, because they put out a tweet. They were like, hey, everybody, we just want to make sure everybody's doing this day one patch, because there's a part in the beginning of the game that is going to be much more enhanced if you do this day one patch. So please go ahead and download that day one patch.
Please, with every fiber of our being, we are on bended knee.
Yeah, that's what I saw on Thursday, and I looked around. I was like, well, what's different? I guess no one really knew at the time, and then somebody finally was like, the flag's wrong. Oh, wait. Okay. Unpatched, the flag is wrong. Patched, the flag is right.
If I saw a flag, I would have had, sure. That's the Puerto Rican flag.
Yeah. I mean, because that was the thing for me is like, I know that Miles is Puerto Rican, so I would have saw the flag and been like.
I couldn't point out that flag, if you gave me a choice 1-to-1, I couldn't have pointed it out. So I wouldn't,
if you showed both
even
on the screen,
know.
I would never be able to choose which one was a Cuban flag and which one was a Puerto Rican flag.
Yeah.
And if I did guess correctly, it was pure.
It was
pure
blind
luck
luck.
of the draw, baby. Coin flip, 50-50.
But again, I understand.
Yes, of course, but they're fixing it. They fixed it already. So like,
yeah, it's fixed.
How much of a controversy?
I don't know if it's fixed.
It's already patched.
It was a day one patch. So apparently somebody caught it, like probably right before it came out. Say, wait.
This article makes it sound like it's not fixed yet. That it's on the.
Okay. So that wasn't. So what else was a part of that day one patch that they wanted everybody to do? Because they also assured everybody that if you were playing a physical version and don't have access to the internet, that you could play the game. There was just something at the beginning of the game that whatever the day one patch was fixed. So if it wasn't the flag, I don't know what it is then.
Well, besides the flag thing, everything else I've seen and got to briefly touch It's just amazing as it always is. I've seen people complaining about stuff, and I know that these people don't actually enjoy life. They can't. They're like, yeah, I mean, the game ain't bad, but like, you know, the open world stuff still ain't, you know, it's not as dynamic as it could be. You know, you still just stopping like street crimes and all of that. It's like, yeah.
It's like you're Spider-Man.
Because the big crimes are the actual missions in the game. And then they're like, hey, man, the game keep making you not play with Spider-Man. I bought the game to play with Spider-Man. I don't want to play with Mary Jane or this other person, this side story. What's the point of it being in the game? It's called a side story.
It's the same complaint that people have with Gotham Knights.
Yeah.
I want to play as Batman.
Sure, man.
Why am I even in Gotham if I'm not playing with Batman?
I feel like you could just be playing Arkham Asylum on repeat and you would be more happy with your life.
I mean, is that a bad choice?
Yeah, like just do that. I just, I really don't understand like trying to find fault in something that like.
Some people are always gonna just find something to complain
but it's
about.
always like they are the code crackers. They figured out, you know, why you shouldn't like this game. I've cracked it. I've done it.
It's just the way people are. I mean, we experienced that this weekend personally too. It's like if people want to find bad things, they're gonna do everything they can to find bad things.
That is very true. It just feels so draining.
And they want to announce it to the world, like, "Hey, look at me! I found the bad thing."
Yeah, that's the thing too, because I've been accused of doing that before, but I've never felt the need to go out and make sure everyone knows this thing that I disagree with. That's what I always find weird.
Actually,
no.
Yeah.
No, that is the whole point. It's like you're trying to like gather this crowd around yourself. To
That's what I don't get.
Everybody, come here. I figured it out. I know that you guys haven't actually ever said anything about this because you don't care because you're living real lives. But look at me talk to you about this thing that is of no consequence. But I need you to give me as much energy as possible on it. Please interact with me.
Yeah, I'll never get it. I'll never understand that. It's like, not only do I like this thing, but I need to let everybody else know that not only do I not like this thing, but you should not like this thing too.
And if anybody responds to these people, because I look at the responses and I'm like, I wonder if anybody like, you know, says like a logical thing in response to them, like, hey man, you know, I kind of like that type of stuff in the game. I like a break in the mission variety. You know, I think it's cool to be in situations where you can't play the super powered person for a brief moment, you know, to experience, you know, another person's point of view. I think that's kind of cool. It's the same reason why people like characters like Mary Jane will get like a little mini series about what they're doing because people get interested in those characters. They want to see what they're doing.
You want to see what the
world is.
Not Superman guys doing.
Exactly. Not Superman people. Like that's okay.
And you know what? I'm gonna give the guy like a little one up here. I actually kind of agree. I don't like her parts,
and I understand that.
It's like it does, but they're brief and they're not that bad. I don't particularly care for stealth in action games and stuff like that. But
I'm not
whatever.
I'm not a fan of when
you spend all this time, especially in the game, just swinging around and you're doing all this cool stuff. Now you're stuck on the ground trying to sneak around and stuff.
Because she can't web sling.
Yeah, I get it.
Do you? It doesn't seem like you get it.
No. I'm saying
she can't web sling.
I'll actually give this.
She wasn't bit by a radioactive spider.
I'll actually help this guy out and say, you know what? I agree with you. You're still an idiot.
Exactly. Because I honestly think that sometimes people get caught up on if I feel like I can prove this thing enough, then you have to listen to me. And I actually had this conversation yesterday with somebody when they were like, I don't mute and block people. And I was like, that's fine. You have that prerogative to do with all of your online interactions. I was like, but me, I mute and block people all the time because you know what I don't have to do? Interact with you. I get to cater my interactions. Like if I don't have to talk to you in person, if I'm not obligated to interact with you in person, why would I purposely interact with you in bad faith in these online forums and mediums? Why would I waste my time doing it? You're not even here to have a conversation about the thing that we're talking about that we enjoy. You're here to derail the conversation and nitpick. And also, again, you're trying to make this stuff about you.
Yeah.
That's really
that's
what it
turns
down.
into. Yeah,
It's a you thing. You want the conversation to be about you because you think that you are the main character in all of our lives. You want to be the main character in everybody's life, whether or not they know you or ever will benefit from interacting with you. You want, look at me. It's me. You know, you're not Stan Lee. You didn't make Spider-Man. You don't work at Insomniac Games. You can't work on the game. You don't work on any video games. You just want to tear down, and you want to bring focus on yourself, and you want to use the topic of the moment to say, you know, this is why I don't like it. And then they go into all these diatribes about, you know, you guys, like I seen somebody complaining about the size of Venom. Like, oh, he's all like hulked out now. Is, you know, how is he supposed to be like the evil Spider-Man, you know, when he like, tries to set Spider-Man up and all of that stuff, which happens in every Spider-Man Venom storyline, right?
yeah.
It's not the fact that he's bigger than Spider-Man that people go, oh, he can't be Spider-Man. It's the fact that nobody else be shooting webs swinging around the city, and now this other dude in the black suit is swinging webs around the city doing Spider-Man stuff, but he bad. Why wouldn't we think it was Spider-Man? That's the whole thing.
But it's a little weirder in this game because there already is another Spider-Man in a black suit shooting webs. And
Yeah, but how many of them could they be? Like, if one of them turns out to be bad, you don't think as a society we would all turn on whatever the Spider-Men were? Mm-hmm. Like, the moment one of them does something that's like, hey, man, that's not a good guy move.
Yeah.
And you got J. Jonah Jameson just blasting out hate all day.
God, I love him in those games.
Oh, he's so good.
Both, I heard some stuff this weekend. I was just dying laughing.
Oh, he's
like,
so
my
good at
God.
He's if the grifters in the real world were as good at their jobs as J. Jonah Jameson is, I would almost respect the grifts.
That's what's so great about it too, because it's the same actor in, like, you know, every version of him, from the old Tobey Maguire films to the games now and everything. And yeah, they changed him to like a podcast type of dude. Oh, it's so great. It's so great.
Like, it works. And you know what? Maybe that's the real lesson here. That hating works. Elite hating is good business.
Unfortunately,
it's bad hating that we don't like. If you gonna hate on something, be good at it. You guys aren't good at hating on things.
Yeah,
be J. Jonah Jameson if
at
you're
least
gonna be
entertaining.
Yeah. Be entertaining, right? Like, yeah, you could be a kook, but also everybody be like, nah, he wilding. But the moment that like a spider person does something bad, and then you hear him, you like, hey man, my boy might be on to something. He had been saying, there was something off about this.
Yeah,
you know. Maybe it's the Goku effect. Maybe if Spider-Man ain't here, we don't have these other people coming around causing these problems.
I mean, a broken clock is right 2 times a day.
Yep.
Just saying.
This is true.
You mentioned earlier about Lords of the Fallen moving a lot of units really fast.
Yeah, a million copies sold in 10 days.
I'm really happy for them.
Yeah.
I have no interest in playing that game, but I'm really, really happy for them because it feels like
it's really good for if you like a Souls game.
If you like Souls games, yeah.
It's really cool that a genre can have other people make games in it and it be good. Because I like I said before, I'm just so used to people copying a genre and never being able to do anything near it, like even half as good. Mm-hmm. But it's like, because the genre is good, it's the Grand Theft Auto thing, right? Like pre Grand Theft Auto, you know,
pre Grand Theft Auto 3.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Because people look, I rocked with the top down Grand Theft Auto.
I did too. I played them both.
I mean, people copied that one.
You know
true.
what? You're right. They did, especially on the PC. They was putting them GTA clones out.
Driver games? I don't think we get driver games if we didn't have Grand Theft Auto.
It's about the driving. It was different. No, I'm just playing. Yeah, you're right. It was definitely a byproduct.
It played a very similar to how Grand Theft Auto used to play.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But when they did GTA 3 and they got those sales, it was like, oh, wait a minute. Video games can sell like ridiculous numbers, right?
Like tens of millions. Tens
of millions. Not a million. Tens of millions.
Tens of millions, yeah.
Then all of a sudden, people were trying to make GTA 3 clones, and they were terrible for the most part. Like, remember 187?
Vaguely.
25 to life?
Yeah.
They used to fill up them GameStop shelves.
Yeah. Yeah.
Every once in a while, somebody will buy it, and then they'll trade it back in for 70 cents.
But then you got good games like the first Crackdown.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
First Crackdown was a lot of fun.
True Crime?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm a true crime fan. Yeah. Especially the first
was
Both of them were
doable.
good.
Yep. But like,
there's another one.
There was so much, but there was so much
Sleeping
trash. Sleeping dogs.
Sleeping Dogs, yeah.
Need to bring that back, Square. Stop talking about what you can't get to work and do what works.
They sold them off.
That's right.
You got to talk to
the TSU Nordic now. No. I mean, look, TSU Nordic has the rights. Please release the game.
We laugh, but it might be.
And then obviously you have like things like Saints Row.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Especially
recently.
the first few ones.
Yeah.
But you get all this trash with it. But it seems like for the most part in the Souls-like genre,
yeah,
especially over the past couple years. I know early when Dark Souls kind of popped off, there were some bad copies, and there's still some games that we don't think are up to snuff. Like we said before, Mortal Shell. Yeah. Like that's kind of on the down slope. That's the beginning of like the downside.
To be fair, it's not horrible either. But
no, that's what I'm saying. It's like it's the begin. It's the first start of being like you're not on the level you need to be in this genre like that.
Yeah.
But
there hasn't really been any
like bad ones.
bad like
Soul-likes.
There's some on the PC that like.
Well, I'm sure like maybe like indie third party. Like, like super indie stuff, but nothing like mainstream.
Nobody that's gone out to make a Souls-like game has made just a truly terrible one.
Yeah. But it makes me excited for other genres. Like I really hope that I hope we get back to
Space Sims.
No. Because they take 92 years to come out, so no.
And they're worth every second.
No.
Are they? You haven't even played it yet. What if it is like super bad?
When Star Citizen works, there's no other game like it.
That doesn't make it good.
When it works. Anyway.
But I really just hope that we get, because I feel like we're getting closer back to it. Like to have all of these games that aren't built on the post-launch design, the battle pass design.
Yes.
Like all of these games that have come out this year where people are like, no, we support solid pieces of work.
Yes.
You don't need to have a post-launch plan. If you do DLC later, fine. But we don't need that when we buy the game. We just want a game that's supposed to be what you advertise, and we're supposed to be able to play it from start to finish, get whatever the story is, unlock whatever the stuff is, rinse, like, boom, get a nice gameplay loop. Let me do it 40 hours or 20 hours, depending on the game type.
If you think about it, like the last, pretty much since the VGAs have been around, the game of the year hasn't been a game like that.
Nope.
Because you had last year was God of War.
Yep.
The year before that, It Takes Two.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The year before that was Death Stranding.
Yep.
That was the first one, right? Is there one before that?
I think there might have been
there was a few. I mean, there was another show he did on Spike before it turned into
what it is now.
Video Games Awards. Yeah. So there was those two. But yeah, I thought of that the other day. We're getting to a point now where the biggest games are those games that, because a bunch of folks are kind of upset when Nintendo came out and said they have no plans for DLC for Tears of the Kingdom. That's because they believe it is a complete game.
I mean,
yeah, we could add stuff to it, but what would you want to add? Everything's already in it. It's like, yeah, it's kind of nice. I pay for a game once and I get a whole damn game. Like I put 288 hours into and still hadn't done everything yet.
Absurd. But like the idea that you still see people, like you still see giants in the industry try to do it. Like we're gonna get but as a whole, the new Call of Duty will come out. It's battle pass heavy.
Yeah,
and that may still be acceptable for those type of games. Mm-hmm. But like the fact that
I think they're perfectly fine for multiplayer games.
Yes.
Yeah.
And Call of Duty is a multiplayer game.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like that's the main point of it. That's what sells the units.
But also like multiplayer games where it just doesn't work right, or at least I don't see the purpose of it. Street Fighter having the battle pass is just,
that's just them trying to catch up to the times, I guess, or trying to integrate themselves into what other folks are doing.
With that battle pass though, I've never once got it, and it doesn't affect the game at all for me.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah.
It doesn't.
Battle passes like that are fine because they're all cosmetics and they're all for the World Tour, which is a lot of people really enjoy and want that extra stuff for the World Tour.
And the way it works too, you really only have to buy it once, and if you play through it and get it all the way up to the end, you always earn enough fight coins to buy the next one. So you really only putting the money in once.
I just want costumes for the actual fighters.
That I was just about to say that. The funny thing is, Capcom folks are kind of railing on the Battle Pass side, but then they're also railing on them because they haven't released a lot of DLC for it yet.
That's my issue with trying to do a battle pass. Like, bro, give me some skins for Ken and Ryu and people and stuff. Do something.
I feel like their online monetization plans came like it was the very last thing that they thought about. Because you would think they would have costumes planned out for the next 3 years.
Look what they did with 5.
5
is one of the things that helped.
The costumes was the only thing that made them money.
And I ain't
until the game was good after season 3, 4.
Like the costumes, like
that's what kept them afloat.
They were good. Like besides the World Tour weird hoodie outfits that they gave everybody.
That's just I don't know.
Yeah, the Capcom Cup.
If they would have had
terrible.
like 2 extra skins for every single character at launch, dude, they would have made so much money.
Yeah. So much money. It didn't have to be
that wasn't
free.
What they were thinking of, though. I think they were. I think their number one goal was to release a polished, complete game.
Yeah,
which they did.
Which they did. Yes.
I'm just so surprised at the direction they took with the post launch content. Not the World Tour stuff, like the character pass, which also leads into more World Tour content. I expected that. They said that. I'm totally fine with that. It's like, bro, I want to give you some money for some cool costumes. You just won't give me any to buy.
They're coming. But
we keep hearing they're coming though.
Yeah,
they en route. They never in here.
We already have 2 DLC characters.
And I get the Avatar stuff. Like it's a great thing to have. I know people like doing it. Making their own fake things, and then they came out with the Ninja Turtle stuff. Like all that's cool.
Yeah.
But I want a skin for characters that are actually in the versus mode. Like one of the things that started to make like Street Fighter 4 and then even more so 5 even cooler, like watching it competitively and seeing like what skins people use and stuff like that. Or when you watch somebody stream and they got like, I use this costume on this like that stuff is cool because it gives people even more individuality with the characters, which are also, to a degree extensions of them. But seeing just like everybody like, I'm just have to use this color. Like this is the only, I guess I'll use this color now.
Yeah. I feel like
at this point you're just using your favorite color.
Yeah. But, I'm sure it's coming, but
I just thought with the way they did 5 that
I feel like they just dropped the balls off.
Yeah.
And that's funny because it's like in that specific case, you're actually complaining that they didn't put more forethought into ways to get money out of you after the game was out.
Yeah.
I mean, I would have loved that they would have been unlockable like the classic outfits. Like I thought that was really cool.
Yeah.
Where if you wanted to pay for the classic outfits, you could. But if you wanted to unlock them in World Tour, and if you want to give me more World Tour stuff where I can unlock more costumes, I'm completely for that.
That would be cool too. But that's not what. And we don't know. That might be the plan, which may be why it takes so long. I don't know.
You want to still give them a little more. Give them a little more leeway. I'm ready to rail.
Well, no. I'm not trying to give them leeway because I agree. This is one of those things that as a fighting game society, we have all agreed that this is the thing that we want you to do. Don't gate other stuff behind money, gameplay wise, but costumes, charge me for it all day.
Yes.
We all agree that's what we want.
Yep.
Now, if they do some wild shit and they release a costume for like $20, I'm gonna have an issue.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I mean
we've agreed to pay a certain amount.
Yeah.
Let's
now let's look back at the TMNT stuff.
That was absurd.
$15 per character. It's a little steep.
Yeah, no, that's
why
that may not have been 100.
Get all 4.
That may not have even been Capcom's 100% Capcom's choice.
Right. It could
They
have
might have
Nintendo's
either
or
they paid. They had to pay Nick a whole lot of money
for not a lot in return,
or they were like, you're going to charge $15 each for these, or you're not gonna get them. It's
Nasty.
one or the other, or both.
Nasty work, bro.
But hey, we got a film coming out. You want something to cross promote?
It wasn't even those versions.
I know.
Like, come on, man. You got to meet. Listen, I'm not telling you got to meet me even halfway. Yeah. You got to meet me somewhere, and it can't be there. Yeah. It can't be $15 a turtle that are only usable on the avatar.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the other thing too.
'Cause it's like we won't
if you
see
could
it.
then take the turtle outfits and at least put them on certain characters in the game too,
Come on, it would have been hilarious to have
would've been
Zangief in
another thing.
a stretched out turtle fit. Him and Marissa.
But I do fight avatar battles relatively often. Whenever I play it, I usually try to get in there and fight a few avatar battles, and it is kind of cool watching somebody mixing up moves to where Raphael is doing stuff that he might do. I don't know. Marissa's punches and
Yeah,
stuff like that.
Raphael
Yeah.
and Marissa's punches. That's it's a good mix right there.
yeah. So, but yeah, that's that. I find that particular story, that this particular deal kind of interesting, because usually we would be praising a company for not feeling like they have to release stuff, but in this specific case, folks are like, why haven't you released other stuff that I can buy yet?
Yeah. I want to give you some more money.
Yeah.
Help me help you.
As good as this, as well as the game has done, you would think there would be a team out there whose sole job is just to pump out costumes. And they may well be what they're doing now. They got the first batch that they're going to release in December when Capcom Cup comes around, and then they'll announce the stuff that's coming out in the spring and the summer, and because let's be honest, everybody wants their summer outfits to put on all the girls so they'll be half nude. And then Evo will be on ESPN again, and then the ESPN will have to cut away from the fight and then make them change outfits because they can't have them wearing outfits like that.
I mean, I just like different types of outfits. I definitely don't get my rocks off that way.
Mm-hmm.
It's a little extra, guys. Relax.
Yep. And maybe it's just harder to make outfits for this game because it's different level of.
Man, take the team that was working on Ghost Trick ports and put them on it.
I'm not sure if outfits in RE Engine games might be their
Time for them to learn. Ghost Trick can only be put on so many more platforms. You only got the iPhone left, and then what else you gonna try to put it on?
And again, Capcom, if you're putting DS games, if you're putting DS games out for everything else, I'm just saying there's another DS game that's available that you could put out for everything.
What DS game?
You know what game? What game do I always say whenever I bring this up?
Homeworld.
Yeah, because that's the only place I was leaning was Homeworld.
Homeworld 3. Yeah, no. Mega Man.
Well, that doesn't count because it never was released.
But it's finished.
Yeah, allegedly.
Allegedly, there is a finished version of a game in somebody's drawer right now.
I ain't never seen
That all
it.
they got to do is come out and finish it and change a couple of things. And
It's not finished.
Yeah, if you got to finish
it's
it.
out.
Not go.
Well,
it
it was finished on the DS. I had it pre-ordered. I had the freaking demo ready to preload on my 3DS before they canceled it.
So it never came out. It's an alleged demo. And they've seen some screenshots, some blurry screenshots of what it might have been, but nothing concrete. Come on, man. You acting like you don't enjoy playing Ghost Trick. I don't understand why you fighting it so much.
I mean, I don't.
Well, all right. We'll meet you halfway. Put Maximo on the arcade machine in the lobby on Street Fighter.
Maximo?
Yeah, we'll put Maximo on there. Not ghouls and ghosts, not ghosts and goblins. You'll get Maximo and you'll love it. You'll enjoy yourself.
Can I at least get Kami?
We don't. What is that? We've never had that.
Yeah, you had a company under your
Nah, man. That's
Clover?
that's a fake name. Are you talking about the people we had make Onimusha stuff?
Beautiful Joe?
Those characters were vaguely represented in Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom and Marvel vs. Capcom 3, but after that, we put the little Red Devil back in, so we had to get rid of the other small characters.
Okay.
Yeah, Arthur's back, so we don't need that.
Understandable.
Yeah. You talking about the dude with the robot on? The Bionic Commando?
Oh, Bionic Commando. Yeah.
Yeah.
Spencer.
You want the original Spencer, you want the extreme Spencer.
I want the OG.
I don't understand. Was he not a skin in any of the Marvel for him?
Was he?
I don't think he was.
I don't think he was either.
I see. Again, they're so terrible at this.
Wow. Yeah, I don't think he was. Maybe an Ultimate?
Maybe.
Not Ultimate,
Infinite?
Infinite.
He's an Infinite?
He's an Infinite, yeah. Is he? Wait, is he? I think he is.
I mean, you.
Yeah, he is.
You know the roster
because
infinitely better than us.
he was one of the ones where everybody railed on Chun-Li, his face was pretty weird too.
Yeah. Chun-Li had that like a praying man's face. It was wild.
I don't know what. Oh God, just the whole art choice. Let's make realistic anime. Oh,
Looks like rotoscope.
you know, funny
not good.
that they fixed her, but other characters were still bad. Him,
Spider-Man looked like he was shaped like really, really big man.
yeah. Morrigan, some might argue that she was worse.
No, but she could never be worse because they're not using the Darkstalkers 3 sprite. So as long as they don't do that, it's always an improvement.
She was pretty bad. She still had the big eyes, but the realistic face that just did not work.
CVS 2 Morgan is wild.
Every Morgan, MVC2 Morgan.
She blends better because BB Hood and all them in there too. Even though their sprites look better than hers.
Their sprites look better than hers, exactly. They literally just ripped her sprite straight out. So bad. No,
So she had a little outline around her.
She did, yeah. That was in CVS, right?
Yeah.
She had the little outline.
Yeah.
Like just you drew a new Ryu and Chun-Li and Ken sprite. Just draw a new one.
And then in Capcom Fighting All-Stars,
Oh God.
they had new versions and she still had that sprite. It's like, no, because we took everybody from their game, so that's why they look like that. So why does Street Fighter characters got new sprites? It's like, well, Alice got Street Fighter Third Strike sprites. Like, yeah, that looks way better than Darkstalkers 3 Morgan. The lion thing from Red Earth looked way better.
Way better, yeah. Jeez.
All right, what we got? Anything to close out?
No, I think that's it. There wasn't a whole lot of stuff. I mean, we're getting into the holiday season, so we're getting more launches than news
Yeah.
for the most part.
Pretty much everything's just getting ready to come out. I mean, I can't.
We got the VGAs in a month and a half.
Yeah. Good luck, guys. Good luck to that committee.
For all
Spider-Man
that,
and Mario just dropped. So
Spider-Man and Mario, yeah.
So we won't have a podcast next week. For people that don't know, we are closing our store next week. That's not the reason we're not having a podcast. We have people out of town, like Darius.
yeah.
But we're closing our store next week, so we have a lot of stuff going on. We should be backing up and running again in 2 weeks on the podcast, but in the next month or so, there's going to be a lot of movement. So I don't know how regular we're going to be, but
We'll do our best.
once we get everything settled as far as closing the store, we'll have a more set schedule again. So we'll see what we can do. We'll keep you updated.
Yeah. Little brief hiatus while we figure things out.
But I appreciate everybody hanging out with us this week, and we'll see y'all next week. Or, well,
Yes.
we'll see you next time.
Next time.
Bye.
Peace.